Alfred Nobel, the father of explosives and a compassionate heart. Chapter 1. Childhood and Family, the Seeds of Creativity. Alfred Nobel was born on October 21, 1833, in Stockholm, Sweden. He was the third son of Emanuel Nobel, a talented inventor and engineer, and Henrietta Ahlsell Nobel. His family had a long history in industry and science. His father, Emanuel, was a visionary with many projects and inventions, ranging from improved aircraft to building designs. However, his career was not always smooth, and the Nobel family often faced financial difficulties. In 1842, the Nobel family moved to St. Petersburg, Russia, where Emanuel Nobel found great success producing torpedoes and military equipment for the Russian army. It was in this environment that Alfred was exposed to science and technology from a very young age. Although he had poor health as a child, Alfred showed extraordinary intelligence and a passionate interest in his studies. He did not attend public school, but was tutored privately. Alfred was fluent in several languages, including Swedish, Russian, English, German, and French. His time in St. Petersburg was a formative period for Alfred's character and knowledge. He spent much time studying chemistry, a field he particularly loved. Although Emanuel wanted his son to follow an engineering path, Alfred was also deeply fascinated by poetry and literature, which created a complex individual who combined a scientific mind with an artistic soul. Chapter 2. The First Steps on the Path of Invention. After returning to Sweden in the 1860s, Alfred Nobel began to focus on researching and developing explosives. His father had previously experimented with nitroglycerin, an extremely volatile liquid explosive discovered by the Italian chemist Ascanio Sobrero in 1847. Nitroglycerin was far more powerful than gunpowder, but its instability made it incredibly dangerous to handle. In 1864, a tragedy struck at Nobel's factory in Stockholm. An explosion killed 5 people, including Alfred's younger brother, Emil. The accident left a deep emotional scar on Alfred and motivated him to find a safer method for handling nitroglycerin. After years of research and experimentation, Alfred Nobel finally found a solution. He discovered that when nitroglycerin was absorbed into a porous material, such as diatomaceous earth, kieselguhr, it became much more stable and less sensitive to shock. As a result, he created a new, much safer explosive. He named this invention Dynamite. If you find this story interesting, please don't hesitate to give me a like and subscribe to receive more new interesting stories. Chapter 3. Dynamite, the invention that changed the world. Nobel was granted a patent for dynamite in 1867. The introduction of dynamite ushered in a new era for engineering and construction. For the first time, humanity had a powerful tool to blast rock, dig tunnels, and build roads and canals more efficiently and safely than ever before. Dynamite was widely used in major projects like the construction of the Panama Canal and tunnels through the Alps, contributing to the Industrial Revolution and the development of infrastructure worldwide. However, Nobel's invention was also quickly adopted for military purposes, causing terrible destruction. This deeply troubled him. He once said, "My hope is that my factories of death will end wars sooner than any Congress. When 2 armies can annihilate each other in a second, all civilized nations will recoil in horror and disband their troops." However, he also realized that his invention had become a tool of destruction. Chapter 4. Other Great Inventions. Besides dynamite, Alfred Nobel continued to research and develop other types of explosives. One of his most important inventions was gelignite, a more powerful and stable explosive than dynamite, created by mixing nitroglycerin with nitrocellulose, gun cotton. Gelignite, also known as blasting gelatin, replaced dynamite in many applications due to its greater flexibility and safety. Throughout his life, Nobel registered over 350 patents, including inventions in various fields, from rubber and synthetic leather to optical equipment. He built a global business empire with more than 90 explosives factories and laboratories around the world. Chapter 5. Legacy and the Nobel Prize. Alfred Nobel died on December 10, 1896 in San Remo, Italy, from a stroke. After his death, a shocking event occurred. A French newspaper mistakenly published his obituary with the headline Le Marchand de la Mort est mort. the merchant of death is dead, confusing him with his brother Ludwig. The obituary called him a man who had grown rich by finding ways to kill people more quickly than ever before. This story deeply distressed Nobel. It is perhaps this event that solidified his decision to leave a very different legacy. In his will, he declared that the bulk of his fortune should be used to establish a fund for a prize. His will stipulated, "The whole of my remaining realizable estate shall be dealt with in the following way. The capital shall be invested by my executors in safe securities and shall constitute a fund, the interest on which shall be annually distributed in the form of prizes to those who during the preceding year have conferred the greatest benefit to mankind. The said interest shall be divided into 5 equal parts, which shall be apportioned to the persons who have made the most important discoveries in the fields of physics, chemistry, physiology, or medicine literature, and to the person who has done the most or the best work for fraternity among nations, for the abolition or reduction of standing armies, and for the holding and promotion of peace congresses." The first Nobel Prizes were awarded in 1901, 5 years after his death. Today, the Nobel Prize has become one of the most prestigious awards in the world, honoring humanity's greatest achievements in science, literature, and peace. Conclusion. Alfred Nobel was a man of contradictions, a brilliant inventor who created tools capable of destruction, yet also a compassionate man deeply troubled by the lack of peace. His life is a testament to how one individual can change the world in many ways. His inventions advanced civilization, but his true legacy lies in the prize fund that bears his name, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, the light of knowledge and philanthropy can prevail. To discover more great stories about great scientists in the world, subscribe to the channel, like and press the bell to receive new stories soon.